All right, let's do it. We got one more game to preview. It's our special game of the week. It is our group of 5 game of the week. We cover all 136 teams on this program. That's why you hit the subscribe button, and that's why you hit the like button. The game of the week is Buffalo and UConn. God, you got to be a greasy bastard to talk about.
I was going to say,
I love
you
this
think our
show.
listeners just went,
I love this show. I'm just realizing something. It is week 5, gentlemen. We might have to record a separate video after this because we cover them all, and I said we were going to do it. Is this the week we get a UMass Kent State battle?
It's not UMass.
Next week?
No, it's not this week.
Because Kent plays does Kent play
Probably
Oklahoma
somebody very good.
this week? I think Kent plays Oklahoma this week.
Oh, great. See,
No.
Fire that athletic director. Fire whoever scheduled it that way.
UMass is at Missouri.
Okay, so UMass Kent State. We'll still preview that. Hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for that. That is the all-time greasy bastard college football fan game. But UConn and Buffalo, also a big one. One of their favorite teams of the MAC in Buffalo and UConn, an independent, a team that we have not talked about very often on this show, but we're going to break them down for you tonight. Jake, do it for us.
Yeah, this one's greasy because both of these teams entered the season with high expectations, and 2025 has not been great to them so far. Buffalo comes off of blowing a 17-0 lead to Troy. They barely beat Kent State. We just talked about UConn. They barely beat Ball State, who power ratings wise might be the worst team in FBS. And then they lose to Delaware the week prior. It's ugly. It's like who's getting off the mat for this one. And that's why we tune in and watch this one. The most intriguing storyline is former UConn quarterback Taquan Roberson is supposed to be taking on his former team, and he gets hurt. And I'm assuming from what I've seen, I don't think he's playing in this one. So that
I don't think so either.
That puts Buffalo in a really tough spot. It's going to come down to Red Murdoch and the Buffalo defense and seeing if they can slow down Cam Edwards, Joey Logano, and that UConn offense. Because if Buffalo has a shot in this one, they're tied first in sacks in the entire country, and UConn's top 20 in passing. So two battering rams going at each other. Something's got to give, and I think Buffalo's defense is going to have to put out an all-time performance.
I think I just heard. Did you say Joey Fagano? Or did you say okay?
Yeah,
I swear I heard like Logan Fagano, like the NASCAR driver.
Hey,
and I was
if you're a college football fan stumbling upon this video later on or watching the show tonight and you didn't know his name or how it was pronounced, be a tough one if it was put in front of you.
I think I said Logano. I said I know I said Joey. I might have said Logano.
You said Logano. And I was like,
that's a safety.
NASCAR.
Close enough. At least I didn't say Logan Fagano.
I got run the ball.
That is we just ran a dive. That's running a dive for safety and the survival of the show. Thank you, Jake. But let's go. I want to give a quick note to UConn and their flowers, because in the 2 wins that they've got, both teams are 2-2 and they've had their bad losses. But the way this program has snuck their way into a conversation for a football game like this, like we wouldn't be talking about this 5 years ago, but they're not bad. And they've got some weapons on the outside, and one of them in Skylar Bell's been really good this year. Nearing 500 yards, only 4 games in, and 3 scores. Granted, one of them came in one of their 2 losses, but I really like them on this spot in the road. I don't think there's ever an atmosphere. There's only like 7 or 8 you can name in the G5 that would really make a difference in this. I think more squad's going to be ready to go. I think this Buffalo team having a hurt quarterback, that's a lot of what they wanted to do early in the season, and where they found their success within their 2 wins was getting Roberson out and letting him kind of convert on either rushing plays or extending plays. And without that in that offense, we've seen a bad Buffalo team after they've lost good backs. Give me UConn on the road to cover the number. I think they take care of business here. I think they have weapons on the outside college football is going to learn about if you're tuned into this one, and you should be, because UConn and Buffalo are teams that were picked with high expectations, I should say, for UConn, and at the top of the MAC.
The MAC is still out there for Buffalo. We mentioned earlier in the show Toledo losing, like that. Troy loss really doesn't hurt anything in the long scheme of things.
And Miami of Ohio, a team that's playing back-to-back, is 0-3. Like they look horrible. So Buffalo's still in the mix for this thing. Don't get me wrong. Buffalo's a talented team. I just like UConn in this matchup for what they've got this week. JP.
Yeah, I think the path to win here is Buffalo running the football really well. Even when Roberson was playing, as they were not throwing the ball around the yard super well. And then on the UConn side, I don't think the Delaware loss is the knock that people think it is. I had Delaware over 4.5 wins. That team continues to look better and better
against
after a
Colorado.
slow start against Delaware State. To me, I think Fagano just is too much. I think it's too much of an attack. I think it's too much of this is a really good offense that scored on just about anybody they played. So going to be a ton of fun, but I'll take it with UConn if there's no Roberson. And hey, tell Southern Miss not to lose at Tech last weekend. We're probably talking Jack State, Southern Miss, but
100%.
I like
tell him that twice because I had him as my dog's dog. I thought I got bitten by I was like, I found the bad line. Twice. Vegas messed up. They did not mess up.
Vegas is indeed right.
Vegas is still good.
Friday KC though. Very, very good AWL. Reese, your thoughts on this G5 matchup?
So you talk about UConn, like offensively, they're scoring the ball extremely well. Like they got 11 balls or 11 touchdowns through the air, and they got 11 through the ground too. Pause.
Yeah. Sorry.
We're good. Hey, I watched a UConn team go compete against my Orange up in the Dome as well too. And I mean, offensively, they looked like they knew what they were doing, and they were making Angeli make some go to a second, third read. So I think UConn, we didn't really touch on their defense so far. I think they got it squared away on that side of the ball as well too. When you talk about losing Roberson, JP hit the nail on the head though. If they're going to try to win this game, they're going to run the ball and they're going to slow it down. They're going to try to keep it out of UConn's hands. But the problem is, like I've mentioned this a lot too, but like if you're going to make long drives, you got to be able to capitalize and get 6. You can't settle for field goals, because I think that's what UConn's going to be able to do is score touchdowns. Maybe not early and often, but they're going to be able to score them a lot more often than I think Buffalo's in this game. So I like the Huskies in this spot.
All right. We're going to take that as your first pick. You like the Huskies? They cover the number, Reese?
Yes.
Okay. UConn outright and covering the number. Put me on that as well. I think the quarterback being hurt, big time deal, especially when you get down to these G5 programs. They don't usually have a depth piece that can step up and really run the scheme how they want it to be run, especially with an offensive explosiveness that UConn has the capability of. So give me UConn on the road to cover the number and win.
Congratulations, Buffalo.
Yeah, we got a unanimous. Oh, no.
I don't think I gave my pick, but I'm going
his.
I'm going UConn. I'm going UConn.
Jake gave UConn, and JP's on UConn. Full row of Huskies. Buffalo, this is a great time.
I think we were 1-1. I think we were 1-1 last week on unanimous picks. We didn't get Utah, but it wasn't.
Yeah, we won. We missed Tulane, but we won something else. I can't remember. We were 1-2, I think.
Yeah, we've lost them before. So, Buffalo, don't count yourselves out. That's for sure. So, UConn Buffalo, that is our G5 game of the week preview. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're tuning in just for that one. We will cover the G5 all year long. Just ask our boy, the Friday KC. He's always coming in when we're talking G5 football. So, we appreciate you being here.